In science class, we're going to use the metric system. With the metric system, we're going to have to do some metric conversions. But lucky for us, the metric conversions is actually very easy to do because the metric system, which is now called the SI system, is all based off of the number 10. 10 is our magic number. So with the SI or metric system, what's actually going to happen here is we don't have to know things like there are 12 inches in 1 foot, or there's 5,280 feet in 1 mile. Those are crazy numbers to have to memorize or even to have to look up. With your metric conversions, with everything being based off of the number 10, we're going to have something called a base unit, and we're going to have prefixes. The base unit can live all by itself, which for chemistry class, the base units that we're going to use are grams, liters, meters, or seconds. We'll have a few more second semester, but for first semester, these are the big 4 that we're going to use. For your prefixes that are going to go out front, you have kilo, you have hecto, you have deca. I'm going to leave room right here because I'm going to fill in something in a second. You have deci. Then you have centi, and you have milli. In between deca and deci is where your base unit lives. So basically what's going to happen is if we have a base unit, that means that you just have grams. Grams is something that you use to measure mass. If you have liters, you're going to use that to measure volume. How much space does something take up? Meters is distance, and seconds is time. So if you have just something that says 25 grams, that means that you have 25 of the base units for mass. If you have, 1.4 liters, that's volume, so you have 1.4 volume. With your prefixes, those are going to go in front of this base unit. So it's to show how big or how small they are. If you have something like 25 centimeters, centi is right here, and then a meter is your base unit. So when you have 2 letters together, that means that you have a prefix and your base. So looking at your little chart here, this can kind of be summarized as King Henry died. Kilo is capital K, hecto is H, deca is a capital D. And then we have base. So King Henry died by, drinking is deci, centi is chocolate, and then this milli is milk. So King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. I've also heard some other teachers teach it as kids have dropped over dead converting metrics. Sorry, I had to think about that one because I don't use it very often. So either way, these letters out front, the K, H, D, D, C, M, those are the abbreviation for the prefixes. Notice all of these are capital. These are really big units. Kilometers, like similar to saying a mile in the English system. Or we have DCM. Those are all of your tiny ones. So a millimeter is usually what like pencil lead comes in, is like 0.7 millimeters. Your base, again, that's where we're going to fill in your grams, meters, liters, or seconds. So that means that they're all by themselves. So if we look at our homework packet, and in this one, it says to convert the following to milligrams. So we have 73 grams, and we want to convert that out to milligrams. So 73 grams, we're converting it to milligrams. To do that, we're going to figure out where we're starting, which we're given grams. There's no prefix out front of that, so I'm starting right here at base. I'm going down here to milligrams. Milligram is here. So milli. I'm going to move my decimal place the same number of places in the same direction from my given to my unknown. So I'm going to move my decimal place this way 1, 2, 3 times. So I start with 73. The decimal place is starting here. I'm going to move my decimal place 1, 2, 3 times. Fill in space holder zeros. So that equals 73,000 milligrams. If we look at another one, like on the second set, we have, let's look at this one, 8.5 lowercase d, so that's deciliters. We want to go to centiliters. So 8.5 dl. I'm going to centiliters, which is cl. So again, I'm starting at the lowercase d, because that's given. I'm going to the c, which is here. I'm going to move my decimal place one place to the right. So 8.5, move my decimal place one place to the right, makes it 85 centiliters. Let's try to find one where we're going the other direction, like this one, where we have 0.050 centigrams, Cg. We want to go to kilograms, which is kg. And we want to go to kg. So on this problem, again, we're going to start at the C here. I'm going to end at the K up here. So this time I'm going to move my decimal place this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Notice I hit the base as one of my stops. So I start here with my decimal. I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop in a new decimal, fill in my space holder zeros. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50 kilograms. So all of these units is just converting from one unit to another, kind of like saying inches to feet or something like that. It's just showing how big or how small they are. And as we convert between them, because everything is based off of the number 10, every time we move our decimal place one place to the right or to the left, you're dividing by 10 or you're multiplying by 10. So everything works out very easy and very simple.